enough to ever be a Laker, but these words I recall got me ballin'. Jordan, more than a rapper, this a natural disaster. Boy, I'm meaner than Katrina mixed with Gina. Shut up, Cole. This is for back home, homes. What up, Bo? This is for them that played me. What up? Nah, I ain't mad, it's sad. You went from bad to real bad. Two kids that don't even know they real dad. Real sad, baby girl, I wish you still had it. Then maybe you could get a taste of living Philmatic. It's cold, still at it. Y'all be talking about the same and how I feel about it. That's why I don't respect that. You talking cold planning funerals, you might fit the. Before I wake, I pray to the Lord, my soul to take. My soul to take, my soul to take, my soul to take. Hey, get on your job, little man. This ain't Saturday. We in two different lanes, you can't navigate. We in two different games, you playing patty cake. Brother, you lame. Yeah, out of shape. My mind run a mile a minute. The sky's the limit. I'm so high, I'm diving in it. My ride just tinted. But it's just the best.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming right up, we'll see this home squad playing against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for New Orleans, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Last game for the Pelicans. They picked up a W against the Wizards. And that result, guys, was a real shock. It was just about as complete a dominant performance as we've seen them.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Mike Scott out there with Gallinari. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's McLemore in the shooting guard position.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And it's Seattle with the ball, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Coleman, the pass to Towns. Gallinari with the steal. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Kanter sets the pick for Gallinari. Seattle grabs the miss. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind. When you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court. A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Coleman. Gallinari covering. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Westbrook kicks to Scott. From outside, off the mark.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Towns, the pass to Coleman. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Around halfway through the season, and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at Sacramento. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, Seattle, a half game back.
And I think for Seattle, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
That's for sure. I mean, expectations were high for these guys, and they've more than lived up to the hype.
And that one's good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
First trip to the line for him here. He misses the free throw.
First personal foul at the line.
And he sinks the second. So it's the Pelicans now. It's a 5-point game. Westbrook against George. Westbrook double team. Now here's McLemore outside. Cannot hit. Seattle goes the other way with it. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Nice D from Scott. Pelicans leading by 5. McLemore dishes to Westbrook. Scott kicks to Gallinari. Up top, McLemore. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Seattle has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Scott pulls it in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
A nice shot by Gallinari. And the first time out of the game called for Seattle.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Now, here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Clock at 6. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. Pelicans leading by 5. Cantor sets the pick for Westbrook. The dish now to Cantor. Tries to save it. Out to Gallinari. Back to Westbrook. The pass to Gallinari. No good from outside. For Seattle, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Sure. And it's Paul. George with the foul. That's his first foul. Moniunas has checked in for Seattle. Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with New Orleans head coach. He's been chewing over the best plan of attack against this defense with all that shot block. Inside. He said the big thing is we can't play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. Kevin, we'll see if they can turn the tables this time around and even the season series. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, they're thinking mainly about how to tackle the defense they're facing.
And that's got to be the focus. It takes a lot of game planning to come up with ways to put points on the board consistently against these guys.
And we know this coach is very comfortable game planning. We'll have a lot of ideas of how to attack this defense today.
And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really, a few more of those, and this game could be over.
And it's Seattle with the ball. They trail by 9 points.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Russell Westbrook. First in assists. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And I think we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. I mean, he maximizes every possession and just shreds defenses.
Pass to Gallinari from past the arc. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Beyond the arc. The shot will not go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And let's take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These 2 guards are the most accurate in the league. And you look at Anderson, so solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
And not only can they light it up from the perimeter, Greg, but they get their buckets getting to the rim as well. I mean, aggressive moves to the basket are always going to help your shooting percentage. You got to get some easy ones to shoot a high percentage.
Here's Rubio. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
New Orleans leading by 8. They set the pick. In the pass to Hawes. Here's Mack. Plenty of space. The offensive rebound. For Seattle, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Now, here is Smith. 9 points last game out.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they've done a great job to get back within striking distance. Really a solid comeback effort here.
Lynn against Rubio. Here's Hickson. It's blocked. Dives for it. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Out of bounds. Pelicans ball.
On defense, Seattle. It's a 3-point game. There's Lynn with the 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
For 3.
For Seattle, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And it's Smith penetrating. It's deflected and it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Hickson. Here's McDaniels. Kicks it to Moniunas. 5 on the clock. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
They set the pick. Lynn dishes to Hawes. Here's Mack. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
And the jam by Moniunas.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Rubio against Lynn. 44 seconds left to play here in the first. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And Rubio kicks to Smith. Moniunas passes to McDaniels. Chance there to take the lead, missing. New Orleans has gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, pass to Mack, stolen by Rubio. And here we go, Rubio heading to the hoop. Here's Gerbeau, connects on the 9-footer.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Seattle ahead, ending the first quarter with a tremendous 17-3 run. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lynn has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lynn.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Seattle.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
They've got Paul George, and it's Coleman in at the three. They're the group for Seattle starting the second. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from McLemore. Westbrook's got it all tied up now for the Pelicans. He's covered by Westbrook. Here's Towns. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
Here's Anderson. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Now, here's George, guarded by McLemore. Left side, Westbrook. Baseline jumper. Seattle grabs the miss. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Scotty's checked in for New Orleans. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul. New Orleans in the lead. And McLemore kicks to Westbrook. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. No good off the front iron.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Outside Westbrook. Cantor dishes to Westbrook. There's a good screen. A nice shot by Gallinari.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Seattle. Curry comes in for George. Curry passes to Watkins. Towns kicks to Temple. Towns with it. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Now about 3 minutes gone in his second quarter of basketball. Westbrook kicks to McLemore. New Orleans moving it around. Westbrook dishes to Scott. And the three off target.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way. No doubt they've been winning on the backboard.
New Orleans has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Puts up a three, and he gets the bucket. Scott's got 5 points so far.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Curry kicks to Temple. Passes it to Towns. Inside. Stolen by Cantor. And Westbrook, here we go, from 11 feet away, and it's New Orleans scoring again. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And the shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Count that one.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And the foul on Mike Scott. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
And Seattle making a change here. Moniunas has checked in. Towns with it. He's against Cantor. 6 on the shot clock. Towns, no luck. Pelicans leading by 3. Now McLemore. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Wizards in Washington, and that one's good. 13 points for Russell Westbrook.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Here's Towns. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Now here's Westbrook. He had 13 points in the win against the Wizards in Washington.
And equally as impressive, the playmaking. Just sensational. The way he was seeing the court and making the game easy for his teammates.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
New Orleans making a switch here. Paz is checked in. And he makes both free throws. And here is Lynn. 11 points for him in that last game against Washington. Here's Mack. Takes the 3, and the shot. Is good. Max got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The drive by Rubio. Giroux, guarded by Hawes. McDaniels kicks to Rubio. Moniunas sets a screen for Rubio. Shot clock at 6. An easy 2 points on the layup. Rubio's got his second bucket of the game to go. New Orleans has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Here's Lynn. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Well, a break on the floor, so let's talk about the league's small forwards, shall we, for a second, and see which of them have led the league in free throw shooting this season. Fifth best, Gallinari.
And there are some smooth strokes among that group, guys. I mean, just effortless perfection when they are at the stripe.
And I think that allows them to be really ultra-aggressive driving the lane, which is exactly what a coach wants in a small forward. I mean, get to the cup for a layup or get to the line for surefire free throws.
It's blocked. Rubio with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. There's a screen by Motiejunas. Gallinari with the steal. Here's Mack, covered by Rubio. Mack, good. Mack's got 5 points so far. Seattle trails by 4. And it's Rubio penetrating. Motiejunas has the open look. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
2 minutes.
Outside, Lynn. Down low, here's Hickson. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Hickson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Rubio outside. He kicks it to McDaniels. Here's Temple, and again, Seattle with the triple.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Outside, Lynn. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. Here's Gallinari, 6 to shoot. That's good. Gallinari's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple. A moment here to look at some numbers for Rubio. He's around 6 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. Taking a look at Toronto, they're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, the Pelicans, 2 games back.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
Looks that way to me. I mean, this is a team that appears perfectly primed for a deep run into the postseason, as long as they don't suffer any unforeseen injuries or setbacks.
New Orleans has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Now the pass to Coleman. In the corner, George with it. Motiejunas dishes to George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got it all tied up now for Seattle.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Lynn the pass to Mack. Outside, Lynn. Jumper off the screen. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can... mark those up for him.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Seattle leads by 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Ricky, what does it say about this team to have such great productivity from the bench, and what does it do for you guys as a unit?
It's amazing. That means like we have a deep bench, and then a lot of work from the staff, from the everybody of the team, like doing extra work and winning games.
Well done, Ricky. Thank you. Guys, back to you.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Where was the sense of urgency? We all know they're capable of playing better, and no one wants to give up a ridiculous high shooting percentage. They need a little attitude adjustment in the second half, or this game will get away from them.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, men's team.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Well, Westbrook has been great. He's got 13 points and 5 assists.
And we've all watched him just be an unstoppable force here tonight.
Well, nothing they've done on the defensive end has been able to slow him down. I mean, he's doing exactly what he wants to when he wants to do it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, Scott is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Gallinari in at the 3 spot.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
He's covered by Westbrook. Pass to Coleman. There's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. It's tipped. And they're pushing it up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Westbrook against George. Gallinari wide open, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6 assists here tonight. Down low, here's George. Pass to Coleman. Outside, George, 6 to shoot. From 10 feet out, and another basket for Seattle. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Outside Westbrook. The feed to Kanter. Another one falls for New Orleans.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Knocks it loose. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. Seattle has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. George with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Good. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
shoots, gets to the corner and buries it. McLemore's got 4 points this quarter.
They're doing work here in the second half, 3 or 4 to start.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Here's Watkins. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
Yeah, but they're 3 or 4 to start the second half.
Outside Westbrook. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Here's Coleman, and he finishes nicely on the layup. He has 5.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Team Dancers.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Now here's McLemore. Tight defense on him.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And it's George missing. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Shots good by McLemore. McLemore's got 6 in the quarter. Seattle trails by 3. To the paint. Here's Watkins. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Seattle making a change here. He's covered by Westbrook. Scott pulls it in.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough. Some fantastic numbers here for Gallinari. He's got 11 points and 4 steals. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today.
And Seattle making a change here. Rubio's checked in.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Scott kicks to Gallinari. And Westbrook, here we go. The shot's good from Cantor. Cantor's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Here's Watkins. Rubio outside. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Control the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Good on the second free throw.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
And it's George missing. Pelicans leading by 3. Here's Anderson. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And Rubio kicks to George. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside Westbrook. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Cantor sets the pick for McLemore. There's a screen by Cantor. Off the screen. They get it back. And McDaniels with the block. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. Towns, he's checked in for Seattle. New Orleans also making some changes. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Scott. And Shelvin Max subbed in for McLemore. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mona Eunice. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. Second, the Pelicans.
And we're getting to watch two of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
Smith checked in for Seattle. Spencer Hawes is checked in for New Orleans. Jeremy Lin comes in for Russell Westbrook. Feeds to Hickson. He dishes it to Mack. Hickson a screen. Mack the pass to Hickson. Anderson kicks to Hawes. And he gets it to go from the high post. Hawes got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Here's Anderson. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. And now a 9-point Pelican lead.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And that's out of bounds. Seattle will retain possession.
And guys, let's take a look at how the Pelicans performed last month. First in free throw percentage. Second in opponent points per game. And they also show up in the top 5 in not giving up the ball. This is a low turnover team. They value possessions, and they really concentrate on taking care of the rock.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
Hickson a screen. Lynn against Smith. Dishes it to Mack. A 3-ball. Seattle grabs the miss. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Smith kicks to Towns. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Curry's checked in for Paul George. Now Towns. He has 6, and it falls over the rim and in.
And here's that intense defensive look.
Yep, and that's the only way to play full court man-to-man, Greg. You know that from your days at UNLV. 100% intensity a must.
Lynn's shot is off.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Smith, no good.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Lynn dishes to Anderson. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Anderson's got 14.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Seattle calls timeout. Coleman checked in for Ricky Rubio. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Enes Kanter's checked in for Spencer Hawes. Curry attacking. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. He's got 6.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Hickson a screen. Lynn kicks to Kanter. Mona Eunice grabs the miss. Mona Eunice has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
The dish now to Kanter. On the money with the open jumper. Kanter's got 8.
Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
Curry passes to Towns. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The free throw drops for Towns. 41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now here's Lynn. 5 points in the game. Hickson sets the screen for Lynn to the middle. Here's Cantor. Matajunas grabs the miss.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. For Seattle, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless. We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Outside, Lynn fades and shoots. No good. Got it up. Off target with that shot. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Pelicans lead by 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. New Orleans leading by 3. They've got Towns, and it's Coleman in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Seattle. Now here's McLemore outside.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Towns with it. Scott's there. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Alinari, he's checked in for Anderson. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for New Orleans.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Step back shot. That one rolling around and rims out. And Seattle shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Westbrook kicks to McLemore. Pass to Westbrook. There's a screen by Cantor. It's Westbrook with the drive. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot's good from Cantor.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Here's McDaniels. Offensive rebound. Here's Towns. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
New Orleans has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Baseline jumper. A second chance effort, and it's Gallinari laying it in. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a put.
It's stolen by McLemore. And Westbrook, here we go. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And the dunk by Towns.
Look for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And here's McLemore. Back to Westbrook from deep. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Over that last break, I listened to the Pelicans head coach address his team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you've put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
Kicks it to Towns. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Towns has got 18 points just in the second half. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Outside Westbrook. The baseline jumper goes down. And the Pelicans lead by 3. For Seattle, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. They grab their own miss.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open.
It's deflected. Towns with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle, and it's blocked. Pelicans leading by 3. Nobody near George. George missing again. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Gallinari, the open look. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game. George dishes to Towns. George with the ball. Cantor covering. George passes to Towns. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Fellas, that two-hand mock to slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Cantor with a screen on George. McLemore inside the line. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And Rubio kicks to George. Towns with it. He's against Cantor. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Now here's McLemore outside. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Looking at the game for George, 10 points and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. For New Orleans, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Scott can't get it to go. Seattle has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. George with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Here's Towns. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Westbrook dishes to McLemore. Here's Scott. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
And Seattle shooting at a 46% clip in the 4th quarter. It's George on the wing. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
And how about that, responding to the 3-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Now here's McLemore outside. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Towns has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And again, Seattle with the triple.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Pelicans trail by 4. There's the pass to Kanter. Westbrook against George. Steps back and shoots. And right on target. Good. 24 points for Russell Westbrook.
How about raising his game here in the 4th quarter? Missing just 1 of his 5 attempts so far.
Here's George. That doesn't go either for George.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Kanter kicks to Gallinari. He feeds it to McLemore. Now here's Kanter. Defense is right there, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Check out the game for McLemore. He has 11 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Outside, George. He kicks it to Moniunas. Inside, Towns. It's tipped. Here's McLemore. To the paint. Here's Kanter. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Kanter's got 10 points in just the second half. Seattle calls timeout. They're down by 1. 1:29 left in the 4th quarter. 1:29 left in the 4th quarter. It's stolen by McLemore. Towns with the steal. Here's George. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And Seattle leads by 1. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Seattle.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
George against Westbrook. Kanter with the screen on George. Towns with the steal. Goes up, trips down the breakaway slam.
Oh man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Greg, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you've got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you've got to take it and make it.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 3. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Seattle making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Pass to McLemore. New Orleans moving it around. Westbrook passes to McLemore. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Modiunas a screen on Scott. And George, here we go. Here's Towns. Buries it.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Westbrook double team. McLemore dishes to Cantor. Nails it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Towns with it. It's George on the wing, defended by Scott.
They do have a foul to give here.
And you might see them use it at some point.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 17 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And you know what? You've got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 would be the way I would lean, Greg. But the foul has to come immediately after that.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
2 shots.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Westbrook kicks to Gallinari for the 3. They get it again. Back to Westbrook. And there's the foul against Seattle.
Number 99. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. So a close game sees Seattle taking this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Paul, what do you take away from a win like tonight in terms of what you need to continue doing as a team to play at your best?
We just keep playing consistent. We just keep executing offensively. We know our defense will hold up. We just got to take care of the ball and make plays.
Paul, thank you for your time. Guys, you can hear the excitement in his voice.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan player of the game. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
His offensive performance was the main reason they walked out of here with the win tonight. You got a sense early on it was going to be a big game from him. His attitude, his swagger, it was B-I-G. He gave them an ultra-reliable option every time down the floor.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderfully